space, the final frontier. This is the fighter jet. I don't know what to call this. Well, welcome to Gradius 3. Hello everyone, this is CaptainPaladinLP, and welcome to Long Play edition of Gradius 3. And my bro Hammer's in the background here, just making all sorts of hand gestures and all that stuff. First things first, we're going to select our options here, and we're going to play an easy mode for right now, and we're configuring our control pad as we speak, putting the shots and missiles on the same button so that way it'll be on continuous firing mode. Power up, I put on always on B, that way we activate our power-ups on the B button so it's consistent, and we use our power-ups on automatic. We'll show how that works in just a little bit, but for right now we're going to do a one-player mode right now. And startup screen right here, as you see, is basically you can get things in a package here. It means everything you select is basically what you get throughout the entire entire game. That way. But there's also an edit mode, which is to the right. We're just showing you all the different configurations. I prefer edit mode more than I do type select, but my suggestions for missile, probably Hawkwind or small spread. Yeah, that one works too. Double, I don't go with either the back double or tail gun. My recommendation is always go with the standard double. Yeah. A laser, just to be a little show off that I am, we're gonna do energy laser because that is such an OP item. Like, yeah, but energy laser is OP, but it works. For option, I always go formation. Option. Yeah. And we got force field. The exclamation basically is your bonus. You can choose full barrier, which recharges your shields, or Mega Crush basically destroys everything on the screen. The Starship option basically uses up your lives just to refill your options, so... But... So basically what you do is basically what your controls are, Y is your shooting, and also it controls your missiles. Since we have our option set to auto power up, it automatically activates the critical systems of the options we select, so it's really not that bad. But so here we go. First, I was just gonna get to that. But in case you hadn't noticed, if I go silent, the reason why I go silent is because I want you to listen to music. This game has a very good soundtrack, in my opinion. Little furry creature, yeah. Yeah, I was just getting to that. Jeez, I was going to discuss that here in just a moment. What my brother Hammer just said, the option acts as an extra weapon system for your weapon system, so that way, you have more firepower as you go along here, but this is, of course, on a Super Nintendo platform. Gradius 1 and 2 were on the original NES, which I have tried on the NES, and it is hard as heck, believe it or not. I just played it last night, Jonathan. But the Hawkwind basically, is basically the missile. If you're on the top half of the screen, will shoot up. If it's on you're on the bottom half of the screen, it'll shoot down. So that's how the missile works in this one. But we'll get to the lasers later. This is a pretty straightforward boss here. Just to get your feet wet in the game here. nothing to this boss at all. But of course, when you play on normal or hard, the difficulty is a little bit more. They do throw in a few surprises. And you get to little power-up stage, I like to call it, after you defeat each stage. Now you know why I like double forward cannons, because the more ships you can actually destroy with the double. But here we go on the next stage. The bubbles, yeah. The one thing to notice about this game, the soundtrack is far more superior than Gradius 1 and 2. I mean, it's far superior with a 16-bit sound. And I think producer guy Phil would like the drumming mechanics of this, soundtrack. I don't know why I paused there for a couple of times, but some things were going on at the time. So I recorded this. This is the 15th of October, but it was late on the 14th I recorded this. This is definitely post-commentary, because I didn't really want to do this in a normal com because it would have been way too distracting. There's a lot going on in this particular game that sometimes talking and playing are not necessarily great. But this will be a single episode. Yeah, 15 minutes long in case you hadn't noticed the timer or anything like that, so. I think I could probably do this in 2 maybe, but really no point in doing 2 episodes when it might just interrupt the continuity of this game, because might have to this game is very linear. It's not very not exact. There are some bonus stages. I might do a bonus episode to find these stages. Yeah, the bubbles, yeah. And nipping at my shields here. Now, you notice that the exclamation point is there at the end. That's, my full barrier. It'll automatically activate it through my, power-up mode. Only if it's on the shield's on the verge of collapse. And there goes my shields, because this son of a bubble brain, whatever you call it. And this thing is getting way too close for my comfort. And this is not a good one for energy lasers, I tell ya. But then again, it might be a good idea to have a different kind of laser for this boss. Getting too close. Yeah. Not so fast, but yeah, there are 2 bonus stages in this game. I'll probably show them later on, but for right now, I won't bother. But notice the soundtrack. The PG producer guy will love it, because there's a lot of drumming mechanics to the soundtrack. And of course, those who know who producer guy Phil is, I call him a professional drummer. I mean, in a sense, this LP is kind of dedicated to him a little bit, since he is into retro gaming. But we advance to the 3rd stage. Coming right up. And again, if I am silent, I want you to listen to the soundtrack, so here we go. Isn't that incredible? Wow. I mean, this is probably the first Gradius game I've played. But I don't think they made anything beyond 3. Which is sad, though, but... I tried playing 2 or 1 last night. It was nothing compared to this. And yes, if you want to know if there are going to be any deaths in this episode, yes, there will be, because I got a few careless in some episodes, some parts of it, but... Watch out, there's some enemies that will approach from behind, so you want to kind of take note of them. And some will... Whoa! Fancy maneuvering there. And if you ever needed more maneuvering power, you can always activate another speed up. But I think there's like a stage ahead that will require another speed up. Volcano! Space version of Mount St. Helens. Like I would know what Mount St. Helens was all about. It's a volcano a couple years before I was born. But anyway, some of these stages have like sub-bosses. Kind of like more than one boss in this stage, which you'll see here coming up. And then later on in this stage, there's gonna be like a parade of bosses. But right now but just kind of be careful. Watch for fallen rock. You gotta watch for fallen rock, like I said. And you'll see those signs everywhere in them, either in the Rockies or the Appalachians. Or probably in the rocky area within the US of A. Gonna dig you and dig like Dampy. But if you had double, this is a good place for either double or with probably another laser combo, like twin lasers or anything. Shields up to full power. Spoil it for them. My bro is actually spoiling stuff. We're not quite there yet. We got 100,000 points. Now, as you saw in the beginning, your first extra life comes at 20,000, and every additional life comes at 70,000 points after that. And we gotta activate our lasers here. And watch how powerful these energy lasers are, but they're very slow to charge. They're effective, but very slow to charge. They're kind of like, ever watched B5, what was it? The Crusades. That one, the ship that has the Excalibur, yeah, right. And it has that main weapon. This is kind of like that kind of weapon, almost. And be careful with this guy, he is very deadly. And he's going to graze your shields, but be careful here, because they're going to fire a spread of lasers. Your energy lasers will penetrate, but you need to be careful. Because once he gets through this, he's going to fire a spread of lasers. And I didn't see that coming, but yeah, right out when I was just about on the verge of destroying him. Go frickin' figure. I mean, that will happen. That will just completely ruin your day if that ever happens to you. But here we go. We activated a code to power ourselves up. It's up, up. We pause the game, press up, up, down, down, LR, LR, BA on your Super Nintendo controller, and that will power you up automatically with your options and your shield. But that's all it will do, and not charge you with your lasers or your double. That's the only thing it will not do. I think it's quite effective if you're, going into a boss. After you're destroyed, you're going to a boss area, so. Well, basically, when you get to the area of the parade of bosses, you'll need a shield for sure. At the very minimum. So here we go again. We have to beat this son of a cuss again. We're without lasers, so we're just gonna have to live with double. The double cannon. I might have mentioned this before. Always have your missile button with your shot button. You have unlimited missiles. I mean, there's really no reason why you shouldn't do that. I mean, if you have unlimited missiles, might as well just put them on the same button instead of having to have to worry about pressing a different button if you need them. And we're losing. Our shields are getting grazed here a little bit. Oh, our shields are gone pretty much. Alright, so we're just gonna go through here. Watch out again. We're almost done. We just gotta get this last hit, but we can actually fire inside of the ship now. And last hit, and boom. So, moving right along. Nothing more to see here. Let's move right on. That's all I got to say. That's pretty much how this game is every time you beat a boss. Just move on. No more to see. Nothing more to see. Since we already got our double, now we gotta get our shields back up. That's our. You should always use these, intro scene, this intro area to kind of like power up your option. If you choose not to do the, cheat like I do, just to power up your option and your shields primarily. Always recommend get at least a double with this area, or with your lasers. But with energy lasers, you might want to consider using double as your primary weapon, because energy lasers, I think, are not very effective when it comes to long-term play. But they do get rid of bosses quite efficiently. But here we go, the George Washington heads of Easter Island. If you ever watched the 70s TV show In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy, he did like a documentary about mysteries about various Earth events. One of the things he did was about Easter Island, the mystery of Easter Island, and how the heck did they make these statues and move them? Were they superhuman beings, quote unquote? This one's a definite must for either twin lasers or any laser other than energy, or a double. Double probably be your best option. But when we get to the end here, lasers might be a little bit more effective against the boss of this area. These columns here, you gotta destroy the faces of each of these, each column there, just to kind of, destroy them like that, because up ahead, you gotta plow your own way out. Or else you're gonna get yourself in trouble. There we go. And we got another column here. way out. Yep, there you go. That's the minimum. You can do, I think, if you had energy lasers, you probably could do like 3 or 4. But I like to hold off on energy lasers because I wanted the firepower. And now we switch to energy lasers. Now, you only get these short bursts by tapping Y. You get the bigger burst if you press and hold Y. But yeah, the monolith faces pretty much with the mini George Washingtons. I wonder if that's how they predicted George Washington or something like that. I mean, seriously, they do look like George Washington almost. The inhabitants of Easter Island prophesized George Washington. I mean, it's weird. And just like that, one big burst ended that one. Alright, next area. This one tends to create some problems. Alright. If I ever find out the names of these bosses, I will put them in subtitles as I review them again. It's kind of like Hot Top Volcano in space. And in this stage, you get to have this little ship that trails on you. That guy steals your option, so you want to try to avoid him altogether, because otherwise he'll steal as much as 2 of your option thingamajigs. I don't know what to call them. Option satellites, I guess so. But you gotta reinitialize them if he takes any of them. So you want to be careful with that. So you do want to be careful. So yeah, you want to reinitialize those as quickly as you can. This guy gives me the most headaches. The two-headed space serpent. Say that 5 times fast. I'll put the official name on this guy, and but this guy gives me the most trouble. The trick to this guy is that you got to be careful when you kill him, because if you kill this guy, he's going to break apart into a million pieces, and you die, pretty much. That's pretty much the case. You will die, pretty much the case. But this guy just gives me the most trouble, because he'll pop out of nowhere. And I don't know how he killed me there, but he killed me. The little douchebag. Yeah. But we're going to go ahead and power up again. This is not the only time I die. Don't worry about it. So we're going to do up, up, down, down, LRBA. And we're going to see if we can get our energy lasers, because... Now if you do that up, up, down, down, LRPA trick, your lasers option will automatically activate. So, are you heading out? Okay. My brother's about to get ready to go to school here, so it's kind of classes here, so it's kind of like. So we're trying this again. This time with energy lasers. Whoa! Frame rate little problem there. Wait, yeah, kind of wait till he's around you. Pause. But probably best if he's, you know, wrapped himself around you. That's the best time to strike. But you want to kind of keep an eye on his movements before, in case he does want to do a sneak attack, because he likes to do that. But just see why you want to be careful around him? Yeah, he can kill you. Million pieces. To $1 million. You know? It's what I get for watching Austin Powers. I have one simple request. Is that I have lasers, what is it? Sharks with freaking lasers attached to their heads. That's not a good impression of it, but whatever. Yeah. So, I'd say this is the 5th stage? Oh, the botanical garden. How nice. And you want to take special note of these plants, because some of these plants will attempt to lurch at you, so... So you want to... This is probably where compact bombs actually might come into better play. You'll see why. Or small spread or whatever. You'll see why here in just a moment. And as you can tell, if you ever hear the soundtrack again, I'm going to be using the soundtrack, parts of the soundtrack for episode 8 and 9 of the Super Mario 64 Versus. So you'll definitely hear this again on the Producer Guy Phil channel too. So PGP, I'll give you a little warning on that one. Yeah. Yeah, use your missiles to kind of keep those guys in check. And this option stealer guy is right behind you again. I didn't know he actually came in this one, but no. So we're just gonna have to make do with what we got here. Alright. This boss gives me the most trouble a lot of the time. But this... Well, with energy lasers, he's easy. You might want to increase your speed for this guy, too. Because his eyeball is going to suck you in. Pause. And he's going to release some really nasty fireballs, but with about 3 energy laser hits, he's dead. But here we go. Another level. And this is actually another reason why you need to be sped up quite a bit. Because sometimes they'll, automatically activate the speed up twice for you if you ever die in this area. You'll see why here in just a moment. Oh, this one. Oh, this area gives me the most trouble. With all these ships coming after you. That's true. Mega Crush would have been nice here too. Yeah, this is where it gets a little fast. So you want to like hold on to your hats.
Warp speed, Mr. Smooth and Smooth. And you're gonna get a lot of power ups.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there. But apparently it is what it was. Poopy.
It's like one of Han Solo's famous escapes.
Yeah, exactly.
Or this is an escape.
But we're gonna start off with a fresh set of
I think that was
it really don't matter, but for the boss you might want to get your lasers. There's where I was. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. That's where I died last time.
It's almost not exactly like the Death Star in the tunnel.
Not exactly the Death Star tunnel run, no. It's very close to it, though. Want to see if we can reactivate our shield.
Shields give you some
Yeah, your speed up is going to be the one that saves you here. And your missiles. Well, since we're... Well, if it goes down, we're on the question mark, so... Some bosses will approach you from behind, so be careful. And this guy is pretty lethal, so you kind of, like, anticipate his moves a little bit. He's going to throw some blue balls at you. Yeah. Alright. Now! Shit's getting real now. This is where it gets real interesting. This is the bosses on parade stage. Yeah, this is where you'll be fighting 5 bosses in a row. If you die at any point, you'll have to start each one again. From the beginning. Isn't that delightful? Yeah, it is. Nah. So, first boss up bids on the Price is Right.
It's Mega Bomber Boy and guy with giant lasers.
Something like that.
I don't know.
But with energy lasers, he's no match. Right.
You might want to wait in the middle, because you don't know.
Yeah, some of these bosses will come from behind, like that one.
I'm gonna call him Butterfly Guy or something.
Butterfly Guy.
I don't know unless you got that.
I really don't. Like I said, I'll put up the technical term on the caption, but you know, whenever I can do that. Took some got their shields back.
It's best way.
Alright, round 3. This guy... Well, this one is not as bad, because he fires lasers in a confined area. There goes my shields. Well, I don't think they do much good, but they do give you a little margin of error. But yeah, you have to use probably your speed up more than anything. And once you... And there goes the other half.
Knock out one of those...
Round 4. This guy is probably the worst one of all. Because you have to be on target with your lasers. While dodging multiple torpedoes at you. And this process could take frickin' forever. Alright, final round. Let's do it. This guy has two methods of attack. He fires widespread lasers. And he charges after you, exactly. So you, after he, move as soon as he does that. And after that. And that is the end of the boss round for now. The Electro stage. Shadow Dancers.
I have this
Yeah. And you can guess, yes, this is emulator, but I recorded this off emulator, but this was all one playthrough, so... And of course, the enemies in this area, pre-stage areas, do get a little bit, more difficult. This theme music is featured in episode 3 of the Super Mario 64 Versus in a 5-minute hurry-up tone. I mean, I plan on using some of these tunes for episodes 8 and 9 of the Versus. A little bit of a preview of what the soundtrack is going to be like.
I would agree.
Alright, watch out. These guys appear out of nowhere. Saw this before. Yeah, I know. And watch out ahead. These guys will give you a little bit of a running for your money. I don't know how. And I die, yeah. I don't know how that happened when I played this. But we'll power up again. Exactly. My shield's already down. Man, they really ramped up the difficulty for this particular stage. But this area has a another boss area, so this is kind of a... Don't be fooled once you beat the boss in this area. Because this has like 2 areas to it. Yes, it does. First area, basically you're fighting against a giant wall of weaponry here. This is just the boss 1 of 2 in this area. Yeah, make sure you destroy all the components first before you destroy everything else. Destroyed, so you really have nothing in your way at this point. Extra life. So this is...
I forgot about this. I hadn't played it.
So we're getting to the second part of this area. This first part can be a little difficult. This area, this is probably the most difficult. Probably small spread, yeah, that would probably help you. Shields are not going to do much for you. Fitting through the holes. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and I die again. Yeah, well, actually, there'll be another time because this is not. This is not an easy stage. I think this is probably one of the most difficult ones. I think even harder than this area, which is coming up. There's actually 2 checkpoints in this area. One of them was right there after you beat the nodes. And yes, they do give you jet notice. I mean,
This is where option.
yeah, option is very helpful, but yeah. We got some lives still. We got plenty of lives still, even though we're down to 4 now. I'll power up one more time. Watch out, this boss from behind again. This is known as, I know the name for this one. This is called a Shadow Dancer. It's amazing how I know that after all this time. Destroy the control node in the middle there. This is where Hawkwind might come in more handy than compact or small. Yeah, make sure you do that. Kill the first one before you get the second one here, or you're gonna be real pain in a world of hurt. Pretty much. You'll be dancing like crazy for sure. And that's it.
Double.
And we're almost done. The last,
I would call that the
dancing episode. There you go. There's your pun of the day. The dancing episode. There you go.
I would call it stage 2. Bubble dance.
Wow.
Or splish splash.
I can't argue with that, folks. I mean, really. Alright, guys, shields up. You'll definitely need it for this area.
Are you gonna see that option taker again?
No. I was rather surprised he showed up that second time.
Oh, I knew about it.
But here we go, the final area.
Oh, guys, better destroy those spiritual backgrounds.
Yes. This is known as Bacterion's Lair. And you haven't figured out who the boss is yet? The name of the boss? Well, of course, I just said it. It's Bacterion. I wondered that too, yeah.
I think this might be good for
Small spread, probably. Maybe this will be good for twin lasers a little bit. Yeah, that would have been nice, but give you another chance to re-equip and, you know, change up your lasers and all that stuff. But unfortunately, yeah, that's gonna regrow. So you want to kind of be careful as you approach this, you know, get through this area here. And get our shields up. This area is much easier compared to other levels, in my opinion. I mean, I think it is, but you can be your own judge on that one. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. The end of the road. Now this is where your auto fire. Alright, here's the final boss himself. This guy is relatively easy. I'm getting lag spikes, I don't know why.
You just have to shoot him.
Just shoot him in that. I saw somewhere he automatically self-destructs after 10 minutes. I don't know if I actually believe that. But shoot him in the mouth, that's basically the minimum. Or shoot him in his face or whatever. They say there's one spot he doesn't shoot and not able to get to, but I just don't believe it. I've not been able to find that spot yet. Now these are really easy to avoid. But who's to know on the normal and hard levels, you know, how much more difficult it is. I've beaten it on normal before, but that was a long time ago. Yeah, I know. But that's it. That's the end of the game.
I gotta get ready.
Let's say goodbye, Hammer.
Yeah, I should have mentioned I also got my driver's license.
Yeah, he got his driver's license, but he's going to class now, so...
Yeah, I passed yesterday.
Yeah, he got it yesterday. But this game... Excellent soundtrack. That's a big plus of it. Gameplay, I think they could do a little bit more with it. Really recommend it for all you retro gamers, but I tell ya, this is definitely one worth keeping. I can tell you that because I haven't even gotten past the first world on Gradius 1, and I tell you, it's been troll on that. But this will end this episode of Gradius 3. We're just going to go through the credits here. Got another minute to go on the timer.
So you found more games for the emulators?
What?
You found more games for the emulators? You found more games for the emulator?
Yes, I found more. Jeez. Until next time, guys, this has been CaptainPaladinLP and Hammer in the background. If you want to do the normal mode, I doubt that I'm going to be playing normal mode, but unless if I get a challenge, it automatically takes you there. So, but other than that, we'll see you guys in the next long play. I don't know what it'll be. I'll have to make up what I want to do with that. But until then, this has been CaptainPaladinLP. We will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to leave a like, and also subscribe if you want to see more of these long plays / let's plays. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.